Andrew Brandt talked about Rusty Harden's comments last week, as well as the Deshaun Watson possible suspension. This is from the Pat McAfee show. Andrew Brandt is a former NFL executive, was the president of the Green Bay Packers.
I don't get it. I would not be saying anything. I would think him talking about happy endings as kind of normalizing it, that doesn't help any case. It was even mentioned in the latest filing that went on yesterday, and I knew that would be once they put that out there. Listen, AJ, I've been pretty clear on this. I don't understand what's going on here. We've been dealing with this for 18 months. We're going to see discipline, as my colleague Albert Breer said the other day, maybe in July. But this one bugs me because I can get signing a guy who's maybe had some character issues or had some bad things going on in his life as a player on your team, just a player. But the Browns made him the face of the franchise. The Browns gave him the best contract in the history of football. The Browns gave him the most secure contract in football for a guy facing this. For a guy that, even with the 22 lawsuits, a pattern where, let's just put it as nicely as possible, where he sought massages wanting them to work on his private parts. I mean, this is something like, really? This is the face of the Browns?
And again, Spencer, you mentioned it. 13 teams were interested. So it's tough, but that's where you're at.
Yeah, I think I understand the outside perspective, and I've understood the whole time during this conversation that's gone on since the trade went through, where it's like, well, why? Like, why would a team sign up for this? I just think the reality is these teams, their moral compass is strictly winning, and that they look past a lot of this stuff to get in a guy and bring him in, even despite the baggage. And this is maybe the largest example of that. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen anything on this scale. But I just think that's the reality of the NFL. I also do agree, though, like, I understood Rusty Harden. I mean, he came on our station, 92 to the Fan, as did Tony Busby. I understand why he's tried to be a little more out there and telling Deshaun's side of the story, because, and he admitted it, like, they're losing the PR battle at this point, which they figured was going to happen. But they at least want to put some stuff out there of, like, this is where we're at. This is how we feel. This is our stance. But the comments he made last week just felt like he was maybe talking too much at that point. Like, all right, you made your stance, you said what you had to say. Now you kind of put your foot in your mouth. I don't think he did any favors for Deshaun on that one. And I think the more they talk, it's just going to look worse at this point. It might be better just to kind of hunker down. So, and Deshaun too, like, Deshaun's posting on Instagram. It's like, you can't say that you're going to deny and not talk about it and then go and talk about it. So I don't know. It's a very difficult thing, as we've obviously alluded to. But yeah, I think that this is where we're at. Like, the NFL, it's the world we live in the NFL.